Most people stand beside a river and notice nothing except flowing water, moving current, ordinary gravel, mud, sand, and scattered stones shaped by time. But skilled prospectors observe something entirely different. They recognize pressure zones, ancient flood behavior, hidden pathways where dense minerals naturally collect over long periods of time. Because rivers do not distribute material randomly. Every bend in the channel, every exposed section of bedrock, every sudden change in water velocity, changes where heavy minerals settle. And what makes this even more fascinating, some of the strongest gold indicators are almost invisible to beginners. Subtle black sand streaks trapped between gravel layers, compact sediment hidden beneath larger stones, unusual current seams moving differently than surrounding water, heavy mineral pockets preserved after ancient flood events. Small environmental details most people ignore completely, because experienced prospectors are not simply searching for visible gold. They are studying the river itself. Most beginners imagine gold hunting as pure luck, walking into random water, scooping gravel into a pan, hoping something valuable appears. But professionals understand something deeper. Gold follows predictable physical laws. It is one of the heaviest naturally occurring metals on Earth, which means moving water affects it differently than ordinary sediment. Lighter material gets carried downstream quickly. Fine sand shifts constantly with the current. But dense minerals behave another way entirely. They slow down, they settle, they become trapped wherever river energy weakens enough to release them, which means rivers quietly leave clues long before visible gold ever appears. But here's the surprising part. The hardest part of river prospecting is not recovering gold. It is understanding where the river wants to hide it. Initially, most rivers appear chaotic, fast current, scattered gravel, water colliding against exposed stone from every direction. Nothing organized, nothing obvious. But trained eyes begin recognizing structure inside the movement. Slow current seams forming near inside bends. Heavy gravel trapped behind large boulders. Dark mineral concentration resting inside exposed bedrock fractures. Flood-deposited sediment compacted above the active waterline. Because rivers constantly separate material according to weight and density. And if gold exists anywhere upstream, the river naturally attempts to concentrate it downstream. So the real question becomes, what advanced river clues do experts actually rely on? The answer begins with river energy itself, because gold rarely settles where water moves aggressively. It settles where river force weakens suddenly. Inside bends where pressure drops. Behind natural barriers interrupting the current. Deep cracks in exposed bedrock where dense material becomes trapped during floods. To most people, these locations appear completely ordinary. A shallow gravel bar, a narrow current seam, dark sediment resting quietly behind exposed stone. Easy to overlook entirely. But experienced prospectors recognize something critical. Even small reductions in water velocity can create major differences in heavy mineral concentration. A slight change in current strength may determine whether gold keeps moving downstream or settles permanently into the riverbed. Eventually, attention shifts toward one unusual section of river. At first, nothing appears remarkable. Water moving steadily across gravel, scattered rocks lining the channel, ordinary sediment stretching along the riverbed. But several advanced clues begin standing out immediately. Black sand trapped deep inside bedrock cracks, rounded heavy gravel sitting beneath lighter sediment layers, a natural pressure drop forming behind exposed boulders, compact flood deposits preserved above modern water flow, and gradually, the river starts revealing its hidden structure. Because experienced prospectors understand something beginners often miss completely. Modern rivers preserve evidence from ancient floods too. Violent seasonal flooding moves enormous amounts of heavy material. Dense minerals shift during periods of extreme current pressure, and once flood energy weakens, gold settles into natural trap zones that may remain productive for decades. Which means today's river often contains clues left behind by older river systems hidden beneath the surface. But even after identifying promising terrain, the gold itself still remains invisible. Careful sampling begins slowly. Compact gravel removed from exposed bedrock cracks. Heavy sediment collected near current interruptions. Dark mineral concentrates separated through controlled panning. At first, nothing valuable seems visible. Only dense mineral grains, dark sediment, ordinary-looking concentrate mixed with river material. And this is exactly where many beginners stop too early, because advanced river prospecting rarely produces instant visual success. The first objective is confirmation, determining whether heavy minerals concentrated correctly, understanding whether flood behavior created stable trap zones, verifying whether the river structure matches productive geological conditions. Because expert prospectors understand something important. The river reveals its secrets gradually. Then something changes. Tiny reflective signals begin appearing inside the concentrate, barely visible, almost microscopic, but impossible to mistake. Natural gold. And suddenly, every advanced clue starts making sense. The black sand, the pressure drop, the compact gravel layer, the exposed bedrock fracture trapping dense material beneath the current. The river was concentrating gold naturally the entire time. Now the investigation becomes more focused. Additional samples collected along current seams. Bedrock cracks cleaned carefully beneath shallow flow. Flood gravel tested higher above active water levels. Heavy mineral zones mapped throughout the river system. And slowly, the pattern becomes stronger. Black sand concentration increases sharply. Heavy gravel becomes more compact. Gold flakes appear more consistently within specific zones. And suddenly, the river no longer feels random at all. Because beneath the moving current, an organized natural sorting system has been operating continuously for centuries. But advanced prospecting changes people mentally too. Because once prospectors begin understanding river behavior, every environmental detail starts carrying meaning. Current speed, sediment layering, the angle water strikes exposed stone, the shape of gravel resting beneath the surface. Small details begin revealing enormous geological stories. Experienced prospectors stop viewing rivers as scenery. They begin seeing them as machines. Natural systems constantly sorting Earth's materials according to size, density, and weight. Then the situation shifts unexpectedly. Fresh samples begin producing weaker signals. Black sand concentration decreases sharply. Heavy material becomes inconsistent again. And this is where many prospectors fail completely, because productive river systems are rarely uniform. Flood behavior changes constantly. River pressure shifts seasonally. Gold concentration moves according to current force and bedrock structure, meaning rich zones can disappear suddenly, then reappear unexpectedly nearby. So the search continues, more carefully this time. Then one advanced clue changes everything. A narrow seam of slower current flowing beside exposed bedrock. Dense black sand trapped deep inside a fracture system. Large rounded stones locking heavy material beneath them. And inside that hidden pressure zone, a much stronger signal suddenly appears. Not one tiny gold flake, several. Larger, brighter, heavier than before. And now, the river's hidden structure finally becomes obvious, because moving water had been concentrating dense minerals into that exact location naturally for years, maybe even decades. The frame tightens over the dark mineral layer resting beneath the moving water. At first, only faint reflections appear between the black sand. Then something remarkable emerges. A brighter gold fragment settles heavily into the bottom layer, dense, clearly visible beneath the concentrate, resting motionless against the darker sediment around it. And for a moment, the river no longer feels ordinary at all, because hidden beneath flowing water, nature created an incredibly precise sorting system capable of trapping real gold. Careful separation continues. Additional flakes appear beside the larger fragment. More heavy concentrate recovered from bedrock traps and current seams. A hidden placer system shaped entirely by water pressure and natural physics. Not discovered through luck alone, but through observation, geology, and understanding advanced river behavior. Because expert prospectors do not search randomly. They study patterns, pressure changes, flood behavior, and the way rivers naturally organize heavy material over time. And this is the key lesson. The advanced river clues experts use are not mysterious. Pressure drops, black sand concentration, bedrock fractures, flood gravel layers, current seams, heavy mineral traps hidden beneath ordinary water flow. because gold behaves predictably inside moving water systems, and rivers quietly reveal those patterns to anyone patient enough to study them carefully.